Today we're going to talk about hard and soft sounds in Russian. When we think about hard and soft sounds, we first need to ask, which ones are hard and which ones are soft? We're going to start with vowels. So which vowels are hard and which ones are soft? Well, when we think about it, a, e, u, o, and u are the hard vowels, and they're considered hard because they make consonants hard. Ya, ye, I, yo, you are the soft vowels, and they're considered soft because they make consonants hard. Now, how exactly are these kinds of vowels related? Well, if you think about it, ikrakaye plus a equals ya. The sound ikrakaye is like the y in yes in English. It's a y sound. So when you turn it into ya, it gets the letter ikrakaye in front of it. And ikrakaye, the way we pronounce it, is exactly the way we pronounce a soft sign. When a word is, or a sound is palatalized in Russian, you're basically giving it that y. So in the word dень, day, that last n is not den, it's dень, because it's like an n with that ikrakaye. It's like, if you know Spanish, niño. So ikrakaye plus e is ye. Ikrakaye plus o is yo. And ikrakaye plus u is you. Now, I and ui don't exactly follow this rule, but ui, you can hear that it's more of a guttural sound, it's a hard sound. And I is a soft sound. It makes the consonant in front of it soft. So ikrakaye literally means I shortened. I. So now we'll move to consonants. So in Russian, some of the consonants can be hard or soft. That would be like be, ve, de, ze, el, m, n, p, r, s, t, f. Now, we mean that they can be hard or soft because, like we said before, when they're followed by a hard vowel, they're pronounced hard. And when they're followed by a soft vowel, they're pronounced soft. So when we think of the word like babushka, it is the first be, ba, ba. But when we think of a word like banya, it's different because the N in that is not bana, it's banya, nya. It's like the N with ikra, with the soft sign. Now, in Russian, there's also some consonants that can only be hard. That would be zhe, she, and tse. And some also can only be soft. Che, she, and ikrakaye. Now, with this, there's a helpful tip. The soft signs on these letters tell us if the word is masculine or feminine. The only other time there would be a soft sign on one of these letters is like in the second person conjugation of verbs, like ty живешь or ty знаешь. But we don't pronounce it with a soft she. She is always hard. So when you have the word like хороший врач and хорошая ночь, you see that ночь has a soft sign at the end of it, мягкий знак, and врач does not, but they're both pronounced exactly the same. But you can tell that ночь, because it has мягкий знак, хорошая, она, ночь is feminine, versus врач, хороший, is masculine. Хороший борщ and хорошая помощь, the good борщ, Russian soup, and хорошая помощь, good help. But we pronounce the she at the end of these words exactly the same. So how do we show the softness or hardness? Well, we've already said it. We can either use soft signs and hard signs, or we use the vowels. We choose a soft vowel or a hard vowel. I'll make a separate video about hard signs and soft signs. The hard sign, you don't see it very often in Russian, but it comes up quite often with verbs of motion that you'll be learning later on. So this is what I learned when I was in Russia for how to better pronounce words. Haroshi is the word that I have written right here. And you notice that I have the O bolded because the stress of the word is on haroshi. So right here, though, you can see it. I've written it phonetically. So I wrote ha-ro-shi. Now, why do I have the shi there? So the 7-letter spelling rule in Russian says that after a sh sound, we can only write e. But because sh is always pronounced hard, we don't say haroshi. We say haroshi. Uy. We pronounce it like with the letter uy. So here's another example. Kresla. I have it written like kresla. K, R, I, krakaye, E, S, L, A. So that A, just like in the haroshi, when letter O is not stressed, we say A. So in this word, it's not kreslo, it's kresla. And here's another example. Mebel, furniture. So what is interesting about this word? Mebel. What did you hear me say? Well, I don't say mebel because an unstressed ye is pronounced like e. Now, a good way to remember this is like the word minya. It's spelled like mienya, but you don't say mienya, you say minya. So in mebel, the stress is on the front part. So mebel. And again, this is where the softness is important because that be followed by ye means that it's soft. It's not mebel, it's mebel. It's kind of hard to say at first, but I would recommend just spelling these kind of words out phonetically and practicing them over and over until you kind of just understand the Russian sound system, and it really just starts to make sense. So here's another example. Sinia. Now, I have it written here as sinia, like S-E-N, ikrakaye, A, ikrakaye, A. But in Russian, an unstressed ya is pronounced more like y. Think of the word language. Yizik. We don't say yazik because the stress is on y. Yizik. Y. Sinia. Sinia. And the last example I have right here is tsirk. This means circus, but again, I said that letter tse is always hard. So even though we write e after tse, you don't say tsirk, we'd say tsirk. So lastly, why is this important? Well, if you mess up the pronunciation with a soft letter, you might say a different word. This sounds a little intimidating at first, but it's really not that bad, and once you get used to the Russian sound system, you'll be able to hear it yourself. Ugol means corner, and ugol is coal. Masla is butter, and мясо is meat. Now those ones, masla and мясо, they have, masla has L, and мясо doesn't, but a lot of people mess them up, and they'll say, oh, я хочу masa. No, that sounds pretty close to like masla. It is мясо. It's not masa, it's мясо. And then here's ones that you could mess up by calling a man a woman or a woman a man. Toma is a woman and Toma is a guy. Mer versus miera. Mila versus mila. Ruki versus bryuki. So the more you practice with these, the better you'll get at pronouncing these, and the easier it'll be for you to hear them yourself. Удачи тебе!